Welcome to 15 Minutes of Frame with Elevated Media.
I'm Rob.
And I'm Sam. And today you're going to get to see our very first video that wasn't actually a wedding film.
That's right. So, up until now, we've always had only our wedding films on our YouTube channel. But, Sam and I have talked, and we've always wanted to kind of grow our YouTube, channel, our presence, and
take a different direction.
Right, a different direction. Something that, maybe we can help other, brides and grooms, plan their wedding by, maybe bringing on people like other videographers, other DJs, other, photographers, just to kind of, talk about weddings, basically just talk about weddings, just, things that work, things that don't, some tips, some hints, some pro tips, whatever.
And of course, this is going to bring us out of our comfort zone.
Right.
Being on the other side of the lens.
Right, absolutely. And as well as other people, other vendors as well. So I think this will be a fun thing for us to do. And, so really, the goal of our channel is to bring on those vendors we talked about.
And also to help out brides.
Right.
Maybe they're looking for a certain style or a certain type of venue or photographer or different types of foods, what might work for them.
Right,
or
we can even show some of their work, like other photographers. We can show their work. We'll put those up on the screen. Other filmmakers will show their videos on the screen, and then maybe if we have a caterer that wants to come in, maybe they want to bring some food for us.
Like a baker.
Yeah.
Yes.
Speaking of bakers,
cupcakes.
Speaking of that, how many cupcakes do you think that our guys and girls consume this year at weddings?
I'm not for sure.
Well, I do know 301 cupcakes roughly. So that's a lot of cupcakes. So maybe we can even bring in some hair and makeup people, and maybe we can make make it a little
better.
Yeah, a little less gray maybe. So but anyway, so we let's talk a little bit about how that we started Elevated Media. So back in 2015, I started Elevated Media entirely on my own. It was more of a side hustle. It was just another way to get more money, and primarily for me it was because I had a really good job, but it was mainly a way for me to justify buying camera equipment. Sort of a tech nerd, I guess. But
I remember the first time that you asked me to help you shoot a wedding at our daughter's softball game.
That's right. And you at that time you was a big time hunter.
Yeah.
And so he
rough
was
and tough.
rough and tough guy. And I think I remember kind of enticing you with like, hey man, it's a party every weekend. We get good food. Everybody looks good. Everybody smells good. I mean, what more could you ask for?
Right. I still didn't think I heard him correctly.
But anyway, here you are now. I think this year you shot 52 weddings. 52 weddings by itself. So that's quite impressive. So so a little bit more about how we are where we are now. How does Sam shoot 52 weddings in a year? So when I first started, I think the very first 2 or 3 weddings I did was for free, and with friends, and then I put an ad out for a couple of them, and then we went from there to like $500 or whatever it was, and then as I got better, as I got more equipment, made a lot of
turning weddings down.
Right, absolutely, and I learned a lot along the way, and made a lot of mistakes, and so you learn from those mistakes. So here we are now, and so with last year, so back up, our business model changed a little bit whenever I started turning down way too many weddings. Mm-hmm. And I just realized that maybe I could bring somebody else on. Sam was my second shooter. Mm-hmm. But what if there was another lead shooter out there? So we did that, and when I did that, that opened up our doors quite a bit. So I was doing the editing. And
I think that was the most appealing part of your films, was even though there was a different shooter, not you shooting,
right,
it was still the editing style that attracted people to Elevated Media.
Right, it remains the same. It's very consistent. The editing style has always been pretty much consistent. I changed things along the way, but a
lot of your packages have changed too to accommodate the amount of films that you've done.
Right, absolutely. So you learn a lot along the way, but So we've learned quite a bit over the last few years since 2015. So last year we filmed. We had last year we had 11 teams, and so we had, I think, 22 people and something like that. And we filmed 215 weddings last year. This year, 2022, 232. So in 23, we have 112 weddings booked already. So that's
and I think that you're going to start to back off on the quantity of weddings.
That's right. Yeah, we've talked, and we've agreed that we need to, back off a little bit, just to offer a better service to our couples, to give, to speed up our editing time, just to get my sanity back. Actually, I mean, that's a lot of weddings, and and managing. We love all of our brides. We hate to turn anybody down, but we are going to get to the point where this year where we will turn more weddings down than we ever had before. So
I don't think he's ever turned a wedding down.
Unless it was, we just simply couldn't do it. I mean, there's never been a wedding I've not shot because I just didn't want to shoot it. We've always taken those weddings. So
we take them personal, and he always wants to try to provide that for a bride because they know that they've seen that and that's what they like. And
that's right. Yeah. So and we want them to have that film. So and we have different packages for different budgets or different needs. It's not always about budget. It's always it's also about needs. So but anyway, I mean, so last year our weddings we had about 836 minutes of highlight film. So on our YouTube channel right now, there's roughly 836 minutes of footage, film minutes.
Yes,
that's quite a bit. And then go ahead.
The full films.
Yeah, the full film. So we have over 3,000 minutes of full film. So the full film is not something you would see on our YouTube channel. It's more, we provide that in our Media Zilla link that we provide all of our brides and grooms. But it is, it's more of a private link because nobody's going to watch, a stranger's not going to watch a 1 hour video of your wedding. So that's why we, we provide that, separately. But anyway.
One of my favorite stats this year was the father-daughter dances, which I had the privilege of having Rob.
That's right.
Shoot my daughter's wedding.
His daughter's wedding. One of the toughest things that you and I both have ever had to do, besides this, actually.
Correct.
So father-daughter dances, I do have some numbers. I did do some calculations, and I made a post about those on our YouTube and Instagram page. But if you didn't see that, so father-daughter dances, we did roughly 228. That's all of our people, all of our guys. We did about 423 speeches, and I think 78 or so personal vows is what we got to capture.
And the letter readings, it was about 156, which for our letter readings, we always encourage those so that part of what people like about our films are the personal touches and the voice overlays, and those are things that only the bride and groom can provide. So
right, absolutely. Some brides and grooms don't want their voices on the video, and that's fine. Our style is primarily, to have a voiceover, but we don't have to. We will custom tailor this wedding film, to your needs and to your wants. Within reason, we do have a style that we try to achieve. So, if you want a documentary style video, we can do that. We can do a very, very cinematic style video. We can do music overlay, no audio overlay. But like Sam said, we feel like personally that the voice overlay does make that video that much more personal and much more entertaining. That with vows and. There's just, we have a lot to offer. What we're trying to say is we have a lot of information that we've learned over the years. We don't know it all,
Right. And we're not the best.
Right.
Always.
Right. And, there's a lot of great, videographers out there, a lot of great vendors out there. All we want to do is, share what we know, what we've learned. And, we always need to continue learning from each other. I learn from other people all the time, and I always want to be able to learn, and I always want to remain humble.
And he's Actually pretty good at taking constructive criticism.
Yeah, he does it all the time. I don't even know why we're still friends sometimes.
Correct.
We give each other a hard time driving down the road. We'll be the wedding. We shot a wedding in Taneytown, Maryland, and December 23rd. Keep in mind, it was an ice storm and ice and snow and extreme cold temperatures, and
Yes.
and so the only way we keep each other awake, because we had to get him back for a wedding on Christmas Eve at the Greenbrier in White Sulphur Springs, West Virginia, and so we had to keep each other awake to drive back that trip, and the only way to do that is just to pick on each other.
Right. Yes.
And so,
the only person I ever rode with for hours and hours not turned the radio on.
That's right. So, and what do we talk about? Usually weddings.
How the wedding went, the structure, how things went smooth, what wasn't very smooth.
Right.
What shots we were able to get, so Rob could remember for later to edit, put in our notes and.
Right. We could go on and on and on, but we're going to keep this first video short. We will try to provide a video every week. We want to, like I said before, bring on different vendors. I'm going to try to get on a photographer next week, and that way we can. I'm not going to tell you who yet. I have a couple in mind, and then when the weather breaks, we'll definitely hit up some venues and visit some of them.
And if you're interested, shoot us a text or a message, and let us know what you do, or we may know you or we may not, but
right. Absolutely.
If you're interested, give us a shout. We'd love to have you.
Right, absolutely. So in the description below, there will be some information about how to contact us, and either whether it be about the show or about just booking a wedding or so forth. But anyway, we're going to cut this short. We're going to sign off until the next time. But thank you for watching, and if you liked what you saw, please consider liking and subscribing.
Yes.
And until next time, we'll see you.
Goodbye.